It is 8:49. Good morning. It is great to have you here on KCMO as we take you up till 10 o'clock. Keatsman Uncanceled takes over then. It is a Wednesday morning. Let's roll.
95.7 KCMO Talk Radio. It's time for What If Wednesday.
What if, instead of having you on this radio station, there was somebody else?
All right, John, what do you got for me on a What If Wednesday, brother?
How about this one? What if the Epstein files are released and there is no whale?
Both sides of the aisle are going to be screaming conspiracy theory. That's what's going to happen here. If there is no Trump in the files, which there won't be, if there is no Bill Clinton in the files, which, I don't think there will be, even though I think there's a lot more pointing Slick Willie there than there is Trump, but neither here nor there. There is no way that 427 House members yesterday, all Republicans and Democrats, vote to release the Epstein files if their side of the aisle knew that it would take down a Donald Trump or a Bill Clinton. You know that, and I know that. Their donor class would not allow it. But people are going to be up in arms. They are going to keep their conspiracy theory going because that's what sells right now. It's good for business. It will be gross in some cases, especially when it comes to Trump, because he's now the guy that is somehow at the center of all this with almost zero evidence to suggest that he should be at the center of this. But when you've got people like Chris Murphy, a U.S. Senator from Connecticut, who literally said recently that Donald Trump was at the center of a child sex ring, they have no moral compass left. They will say and do anything if they think it is good for them politically. That's it. They have no boundaries. You think any of them are going to stop when Trump is not part of the Epstein files? Instead, what they'll do is they'll keep the gravy train going, and they'll say, see, he's redacted himself. He's got his own DOJ on it. That's why he's not in it. They will not stop. In their world, as Byron York wrote in a piece in the Washington Examiner, which I shared on social media, the absence of evidence is simply more evidence of Trump's guilt. That's it, right? It's a great line.
Yeah.
It's a great
Absolutely.
line. They can create a narrative and a story without having any facts because they've done it this far. Why stop now? The absence of evidence is more evidence that Trump is guilty.
Like January 6th,
Russian
dossier.
Line them all up, baby.
Yeah.
Line them all up. This is how it's going to go. All right? And you're going to have people who are getting distracted by this on the right who are going to say, no, it's really about Bill Clinton and Bill Gates. They're all pedophiles. Take them all down. And you're going to have people on the left saying, Trump's a child sex trafficker. And most Americans are going to be like, can you get the price of milk down a hair, please?
No, we're concerned about Prince Andrew in England, who's losing his titles and being kicked out of residence.
Yeah.
Right? I'm
yeah,
like, come on.
Exactly. And as somebody sent me a Facebook message this morning, another good point here. Pete, if there's all this information on Epstein files about other people, why has no one been arrested other than Epstein and Maxwell? Great point.
Mm-hmm.
Great point. So, listen, I'm not saying there are not some high society people who are perverted, who should be thrown in prison. I'm not saying that those people do not exist. I just don't think the whales that hyper-political people want to see get taken down will get taken down because there's no way both parties and CNN and MSNBC would suddenly be on board with this.
Sometimes you hear in the media, there's an appropriate forum for that, right? And this is kind of in the wrong forum right now.
Yep, absolutely, man.
What if Kansas City passes a law to destroy vehicles confiscated in sideshow crimes?
They'll be making a big mistake. So Crispin Rea is a member of the Kansas City, Missouri City Council. He proposed this idea this week about, these sideshows and these street racers who are out and about in Kansas City causing trouble on Friday and Saturday nights. He suggested that the city should be able to arrest these people, take their vehicles, and destroy the vehicles. Now, I am not a fan of that at all. And I know that puts me on the side of some defense attorneys. There was one defense attorney who's defending the 28-year-old guy who hit the cop back in April with his 4x4. He's the one who went on local news last night and was like, this is a terrible idea. Well, I agree with him. It's a terrible idea. There are laws already on the books when it comes to sideshows and street racing and things like that. Make sure you have enough cops on the streets to arrest people and deter those people from doing these things around Kansas City. And then you don't have to worry about destroying vehicles in the process. Because where do you draw the line on this thing? Like, with the way Kansas City's trending right now, can you convince me that Kansas City wouldn't just seize more private property if they could? You open up Pandora's box to a world where they say, if you're going 30 miles over the speed limit and we bust you and we give you a ticket, that's not going to be enough. We're going to take your car and destroy it. No, you're not. No. That's basically what they're saying now with these ATVs and these 4x4s. Or the dirt bikes. We can destroy the vehicle. And their justification is, well, there'll be fewer of them on the streets, so that would be a good thing for Kansas City. I am not about the government destroying private property because they can't keep their house in order. And that's what this is really about. They don't have enough cops. They've been short on cops for years because of their bogus policies. And now they wonder why more people are doing sideshows around town, John.
There you go. And some of these cars, they've got a lot of money put into the vehicles, so it's not just the ATVs and the dirt bikes and stuff as well. So.
That's so true.
All right, another one for you. What if college football playoffs put Notre Dame in over Miami if they have the same record?
Well, then just, you want to talk about burning something to the ground. Forget Washington, D.C. Burn the college football playoff to the ground. I mean, I'm watching these rankings last night before KU took on Duke, and these guys make no sense. I mean, these guys that talk on TV on behalf of the College Football Playoff Committee, they're like, well, Notre Dame is ranked 9th and Miami's ranked 13th, and we don't factor in the head-to-head because they're far apart in the standings. Well, why are they far apart in the standings if they are both 8-2 and Miami has beaten Notre Dame? And if you say, well, it's because Miami's losses are worse than Notre Dame's losses, that's fine if they didn't have a head-to-head. Goodness gracious, guys.
All I heard for years, if we just had a playoff, we just need a couple more teams in the playoff. It's never going to end, right?
I never thought I would say I longed for the days of the BCS. But I may be longing for the days of the BCS.
Same stuff, different decade in my book.
Yeah. Oh, now it's just like, well, that's why we got to expand it to 16 or 24.
Plug your way in now.
Let's just do a 128-team playoff.
We can play on Christmas and New Year's.
Hey, start the playoff in September, right? You just don't have a regular season. You just have a 128-team knockout round playoff.
It's a tournament.
What do you got for me, Mark?
I just really hate to defend Notre Dame, but I think they'd be favored by a touchdown if they played
I
Miami
don't care what Vegas thinks, Mark.
No, I'm just saying.
I
think
know.
that they would beat them head-to-head if they get a second chance.
That's fine. But then what's the point of the first game?
Yeah.
Vegas doesn't decide games that get already played out on the field. That's my problem here.
When ifs and buts become candies and nuts, we'll all have a Merry Christmas.
No. And a happy holidays.
Thanksgiving. Boy, I love Thanksgiving.
There's What If Wednesday.